All right, the first one you guys said you needed was number 5. Okay, so basically we don't need any of this because it gave us the equation. We want it to be continuous, which means we want the dots to connect, right? So that means I need 40 for both of these to be at the same y coordinate. I need the point to be 40 comma something, and then the next one to be 40 comma something. So how do I find out what this is if this p is 40? I plug in 3.25 times 40. So on your calculator, 3.25 equals 40 is 130. Okay, so now I need this whole equation to equal 130. 130 equals 2.9 times 40 plus k. All right, so all I did was I'm trying to get this to be 130 also. So 290 times 40 is 116, I believe. So how do I solve for k? I subtract the 116 and I get $14. If I had got negative 14, would that make sense? No, that means I'm paying them. Okay, a fee is they pay me. Okay, so $14 is your answer because you want these 2 points to connect. Okay, number 6, provider A. Okay, so I don't have one. Here's the stuff for provider A. This is provider B down here, right? So let's grab blue for provider A. A is $35 a month for up to 1,000. Okay, so f of x equals 35 between 0 and 1,000, right? After that, so 1,000. So what's after 1,000? 1,001, because you can't have like a half a text message, right? 1,001 is, what's next? It is 35 plus 10 times 10 cents times whatever x is. Okay, so because that's what I pay my extra rate, but I don't have to pay the extra rate until it's over 1,001. Okay, so 900 text messages for provider A. Is that fall in this range or this range? The top one or the bottom? Is it less than 1,000 or more than 1,000? Less than. So my total price is $35. What? Nope, it's 35 because it's from this up here, not the 25. This is provider A in blue, provider B I'm going to do in red. So 1,500 text messages. How many is that going to be, the top or the bottom? Bottom. So I'm going to have to plug it in. 35 plus 0.1 times. So am I paying for all the text messages or just the text messages over 1,000? Over 1,000. So how many text messages am I actually paying for? 500. Yes? No? Do we agree? Disagree? Okay. So that makes this $85, right? I paid $50 for text messaging and $35 for having the phone. Provider B. If the cost, so 900, where does that fall? The second one or the first one? Second one, yeah. So we're going to put 900 in here. Order of operations tell me I have to do the 900 minus 500 first. That gives me 400. Then I have to multiply it by the 0.05, and then I have to charge that fee. So I come up with $45 by plugging 900 in here. Here, I'm paying $1,500, but I don't pay for the first 500, so I subtract those out. So I'm paying for 1,000 text messages. How much do I pay per text messages? 5 cents. And then I pay $25 to have it. So it is $75. Okay, and that is if I plugged 1,500 in here. Okay. The next one that I want to do you guys want me to do A? Because A seems pretty easy to me, but I can do A if you want it. A? Do A? Okay. Okay, so first of all, I'm trying to find the equation between 3 and 9. So I'm trying to find the equation of this line. There's a couple ways to do it, but this is how I would do it. What's the slope of this? 1 over 1. Okay, so I know my slope is 1 over 1x. If I were to extend this bad boy down, 1 over 1, where would it cross? 1. There's your answer. This one over here is going to be harder. Why is this one harder? I can't extend it. But what's my slope? Negative 1 over 1. Can you tell me what this point right here is? 13 comma what? 6. 13 comma 6. M equals negative 1. Can you find your B with that stuff? Can I plug it into y equals mx plus b and figure out what b is? Yeah, so let's do it. 6 equals negative 1 times 13 plus b. 6 equals negative 13 plus b plus 13 plus 13. 19 equals b. Does it make sense that this thing would cross up here at 19? Does that make sense? Yeah. So negative 1x plus 19. That makes sense that it would cross there. Number 10. So for f of 0, where does that fall? The top, the middle, or the bottom? So 0 is between 2 and 8? Nope, it's less than 2. So I'm going to plug it into this. Negative 3 times 0 plus 5. And my answer is going to be 5. Negative 4, where's that? It's going to be the top, right? Negative 4 goes in to that. Negative 3 times 2 plus 5, or no, not 2. Where did I come up with 2? See? FOSSum makes mistakes, so don't be saying, oh, I'm so stupid, I made a mistake. Don't say it. Negative 3 times negative 4 is 12 plus 5 is 17. Yay, we can math. F of 6. Where does 6 fall? Is it less than 2? Is it between 2 and 8? Yeah, so I'm going to put it in that one. 1/2 times 6 minus 4. So 1/2 times 6, you need to know how to do that on your calculator. If you ask me on test day, I'm not going to tell you. You need to know how to do 1/2. If you need to do 1 divided by 2 and turn that into 0.5 times 6, please do that. If you know how to do 1/2 on your calculator, that's even better. But please do not know how to do it. So my answer is negative 1. F of 9, is that less than 2? Nope. Is it between 2 and 8? Yes, no? I'm hearing yeses. 9 is between 2 and 8. No. If I had a number line, 2 and 8 9 is not going to be in here, y'all. 9's going to be over here. Okay, so I'm going to plug it into this one. It's just 2. Because this is just telling me y equals 2. So anytime it's above 8, it's 2. If it's above 8, it's 2. Because there's no equation there. It's just the number 2, whole number. All right, 2, f of 2, is it less than 2? Is 2 less than 2? No. But does it fall in this range right here? Yeah, because it's an equals 2. I didn't color it in on my little graph over here. It's an equals 2, and that equals 2 means I include it in that one. So I'm going to do that, 1/2 times 2 minus 4. And that gives me 1 minus 4, which gives me -3. Yay, we can math. Some days. Some days we can. All right. I don't know why we picked this one, but my honors class picked it too. So, okay, the bike messenger. Okay, here's the bike messenger. And then this is the post office. Okay, so first, we're on number 11, sorry. Number 11. So the bike messenger, that's this guy over here, charges how much to deliver something that's 3.6 ounces? Where does that fall? Between 0 and 4? Yeah, so how much do they charge? 75 cents. The post office, how much do they charge something that's 3.6? Nope. 3.6. Here's the ounces on here. And here's the cost. So where does 3.6 lie? It's like right around here. How much do they charge? 70 cents. So if I was sending something that was 3.6, who would I use? Who would you use? The post office, because they're cheaper. Yep. Let's do the bike messenger again. For a 5.8 ounce, does that fall between 0 and 4? No. Does it fall between 4 and 5? Okay, so it's between 5 and 6. So how much am I paying for that? $1.05. Then I'm going to go back to the post office for that same letter. I'm trying to figure out which one's cheaper. So I'm going over here to my 5.8, almost to 6. Sorry. Y'all know I can't draw. How much am I paying for that? $1.10. So which one's cheaper that time? So for that one, the bike messenger was cheaper. But for the other, the post office was cheaper. So you can't always say, I'm going to use one or the other. One might be cheaper for one thing and not the other. Okay? All right, we still have 14 and 15. Okay, we're going to, I guess, add 12. I'm going to pause this and finish this recording.